Oneshell Media International proudly presents.
Five startling facts about the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Number 5. The world's worst tsunami. In 2004, the Indian Ocean unleashed one of the biggest tsunamis in modern history. Despite killing over 230,000 people, it paled in comparison to the wave that followed the Mexico impact. The initial energy of the asteroid tsunami was reportedly 30,000 bigger than the energy released by the Indian Ocean tidal wave. In 2022, a well-researched simulation revealed the tsunami's path. 10 minutes after the asteroid struck, the tsunami started to spread like a pond ring, sweeping the ocean in all directions. Waves were a mile high, and underwater, the force scoured the ocean floor. By the first hour, it left the Gulf of Mexico and entered the North Atlantic. At the 4-hour mark, the waves moved through the Central American Seaway and entered the Pacific. At 24 hours, the tsunami had covered most of the Pacific and the majority of the Atlantic. The Indian Ocean was inundated from both sides. 48 hours after the impact, the tsunami flooded most of the world's shorelines, making it the worst tsunami in recorded history.
Number 4. Instant acid oceans.
The acid in question is not the metal-eating kind. Instead, it's got everything to do with pH. While it might sound less scary, when pH levels dropped in the ocean after the impact and water acidity rose, things went horribly wrong for marine life. A 2019 study showed that previous research was incorrect, having assumed that volcanoes had gradually acidified the waters. As it turns out, the explosion of sulfuric rocks during the event led to acid rain, and these showers instantly altered the pH levels of the oceans. This new understanding came after researchers found a massive deposit of fossil shells lodged inside clay that had accumulated immediately after the impact. The shells, once belonging to tiny plankton, contained the element boron, which is an accurate way to measure pH. In this case, the boron showed that once the asteroid struck, water acidification rapidly followed. This change killed off many cornerstone species that other sea creatures relied on, and the deadly effects rippled through every level of the food chain. It's estimated that nearly half of all marine species did not survive the cataclysm.
Number 3. The bird mystery.
Dinosaur fans who follow the latest news know that modern birds come from non-avian dinosaurs who survived the cataclysm. However, when you peek under the hood of this fact, things get scratchy between researchers. In 2018, one study highlighted this growing divide among bird experts when a team of scientists suggested that almost no avian species successfully ducked the asteroid. After using several techniques to trace back the lineages of modern birds, the 2018 project found that none really had tree-dwelling ancestors. Post-impact fossils not only showed that forests drastically declined, which would have constituted a major habitat loss for tree-dwelling birds, but that the fossils of these birds were also now conspicuously missing. This dovetailed neatly with the long-held notion that enduring fires swept through forests after the impact, killing plants and animals alike. The study concluded that all birds alive today come from a few ground-dwelling dinosaurs that probably looked like quails. But other scientists don't agree, stating that complete deforestation might have occurred in the northern hemisphere. But it's harder to believe that all forests and the birds on their branches did not survive in the south.
Number 2. A continental firestorm.
There are facts about the dinosaur-killing asteroid that everyone agrees with, like the size of the impact crater and that the majority of all living species perished during or after the event. But when it comes to fires connected to the strike, when, where, and how strong, the debate is still ongoing. One piece of the puzzle fell into place when geoscientists from Brazil, Mexico, and the UK discovered proof of at least one firestorm that had occurred directly after the impact, and it was frightening stuff. In 2022, they gathered tree samples at a fossil site on the Baja California peninsula. The bark was charred from the impact, but here's the scary part. These trees were over 1,500 miles away from the strike zone. Yet, within minutes after the asteroid made contact with the Earth, these trees and everything in between them and the impact site were set ablaze, either by a fireball or hot debris raining down. Either way, it triggered a firestorm of epic proportions.
Number 1. It created the Amazon forest.
The Amazon rainforest is the most diverse environment in the world, brimming with spectacular ecosystems, animals, and human history. If the Chicxulub asteroid had missed Earth and the impact never happened, the Amazon would not exist today. This was the conclusion of a study that took 12 years and published its findings in 2012. According to the researchers, ancient pollen told a grim tale of entire ecosystems being wiped out directly after the impact. It also revealed how life slowly returned and ultimately created the world's biggest rainforest. The study looked at 53 sites across Colombia, 6,000 fossil leaves, and 50,000 grains of fossil pollen. The samples revealed that before the impact, South American forests were dominated by conifers and ferns. After the asteroid struck, fire annihilated almost half of the continent's plant species. The fossils also showed that it took 6 million years for the forests to fully recover and that the first plants to appear were legumes. The legumes enriched the soil with nitrogen, opening the door to flowering plants and, eventually, the breathtaking Amazon rainforest we know today.
Please like and subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates.